Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. It's an episode where things are going to be happy, things will be jolly, not a terrible thing will happen this episode. But before we dive into all those lies, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas. I will be your GM for the evening, and we go over to Ian.
Hi everybody, I'm Ian. My pronouns are he, they. I'm playing Weary, whose pronouns are they, them, everyone's favorite artificer, tiefling, alchemist sort of situation. I'm also playing Drink Fosty, who is a cardinal with two fun little horns because his crest is parted in the middle. And he has to make an impossible choice between the stability of his family and marrying someone he doesn't love.
Yeah. Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. I am playing our favorite socially anxious goblin druid, Alora, who had to eat their child last week, so that'll be great. Do not try to revive them, or I will throw a fit. I will have a tumor. I'll deal with the annoying voice of my conscience. I don't care. Just don't revive him. Beyond that, yeah, we're chilling, we're good. Aleandra Swan is the other character I am playing. And they are just coasting through life trying to figure out the fuck is going on, honestly. Like, they're just here. They're just chilling. They have a goal, kind of. Sort of.
Jess.
Hi there, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing Glyph, the automata rogue, whose pronouns are they, he, maybe. And I'll also be playing Lady Twiliath Whistle, who is a little yellow nuthatch, and is having a lovely time. Had a lovely shopping day. Gets to help plan a ball. Nothing's going wrong for them. Everything's fine. And her pronouns are she, her.
Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I'm playing TK-37, the Telekinetic Goblin Super Soldier, whose dog just got shot. And I was previously playing Baroness Delata Didgeridoo before she was mercilessly slew in the street like some common dog by a vagabond.
It's not a vagabond, he's a hero. Jason.
Good evening, I'm Jason. I'm playing Gratok, the simply superb Lumerian bard, as well as Rip Talon, the badass bowerbird Earl equivalent who takes no title.
Alrighty. So, as always, we are sponsored by the wonderful Roll20. So head on over to Roll20 for all sorts of good stuff. They got all sorts of neat things coming in. A lot of like that Spelljammer stuff is being implemented. We will be doing a giveaway next session. What? A giveaway next session? I thought you said this session. I'll get to that. We'll be doing a giveaway next session for a campaign module, the Radiant Citadel. So hop on by next session. We will have that going on. I'll have like the rules posted all over the social medias, but if you don't see the rules until time for the session, that's okay. And this session, we are actually going to be giving away an arson t-shirt. We're not giving away arson. We're not burning down someone's house. I understand there's a lot of like, you heard the first word and you got excited. You're like, I have this place I used to work at. No. So what we're going to be doing is throughout the wonderful story we'll be telling today, I will be switching to random scenes. So like, it'll be like, we'll be describing, let's say, the wood-ding moment where everyone is there, they're looking towards Weary and Trust. It's a beautiful moment. And suddenly I'll switch the music and switch the tone, and I'll describe like a paragraph of like a different scene happening, and then we'll flip back to the wedding. So what I need you to do in order to win, so the first person who sends me in these three things, you just need to answer these three questions from the scenes that I read. And if nobody gets it this time, that's okay. I could do another one next time. I have so many ideas, but I thought of this while I was walking a dog. So The 3 questions you will need to answer from the scenes that I'll be describing throughout today is: what are the killer's intentions? What color is the killer's gloves? And how many digits are on the final hand? Now I'll go ahead, post that in the chat there.
Hey, gang. I think we might be encountering an issue during the ball.
No, I'm sure the ball will be fine. This is just
Oh wait,
me.
no, this will be during the wedding. My bad.
I'm
We don't know where
just
the killer is.
cooking in the background, you know, just making a souffle. That's what we're doing here. Don't be too loud. I don't want it to fall.
Maybe they're really fashionable and just killing it. You know, they're real.
Maybe that is what it is. Maybe their name is Killer. You don't know that.
Well, it's not TK because TK doesn't wear clubs.
They were born with
I'll
6
say
fingers.
TK has 7 fingers.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
it's canon.
All right. So once again, I'll be putting in these random scenes we'll be jumping to. You'll notice it because the tone will shift, the music will shift, and I will describe what's going on and then pop back to the normal scene that we're in. So just a fun little thing as my laptop is throwing all sorts of errors at me, and that's fine. That's what laptops do. They're actually designed to throw errors at you. Okay, previously, 3 weeks ago, it's been a long time. The randos got together and decided that they needed to go find Bradley because Alora was getting sick. Something weird was going on. TK was still hearing a lot of brain noises, but was focusing on trying to help Alora. Met up, all the randos gathered, except for Weary, who was too busy in engagement bliss. And the randos got together, hopped in a carriage, and followed after the people who stole Bradley. Bubbles helped out with that one. You made it to an abandoned warehouse, or at least what you thought it was an abandoned one. You saw that there's these tracks leading up to it. When you opened it up, who was there? It was Larry Loon and Delata. And they had Bradley in this little chair, and they were draining Bradley of blood. And where was this location? It was an illegal bread factory. That's right. Absolutely vile. It was not gluten-free. It was just bread. So all of these people were there. All these mooks, as the word of the day, mooks. They were all rushing out, and basically they gave the critical beat down on the randos. The randos are still recovering. Alora digivolved and became this massive reptile and just started throwing people, tossing people, threatening people. After speaking with Bradley was too far gone, so it was either Alora gives up immortality to elongate Bradley's life, or brings Bradley back into the fold and they become one. That's what Alora did, and Meg described it quite viciously. So we go from there. Meg chases after Delata in just angry mode. Magic came back, wrapped up Delata. Delata and Alora back and forth, yelling at each other, swiping, all sorts of things going on. Then, bam! Gunshot went off. What? It was Kyle. Always Kyle. We look over, Kyle was coming over, and when I described the outfit enough, it wasn't enough. So when I described flannel and leather, I didn't mean that maybe they had like a flannel shirt or even, pants or anything like that. What it was literally like a square of flannel and a square of leather in this weird patchwork outfit that they're wearing. Just, to get that mindset of how terrible Kyle is. And so after this happened, the rest of the randos were still recovering. Bubbles had been wounded, and everyone else was feeling pretty rough after just getting beaten down by a bunch of CR of 1/3 thugs. And Alora went into a car and saw Lady Arabella Bywood. All right. Let's lead this off. The raindrops fall upon Saria as Plumerians rush off to their gigs and enjoy the excitement the city has to offer. We follow along this drop of water as it trails through the sky, spiraling down towards a warehouse. The raindrop hits the face of a gasping Plumerian who is bound by roots and vines of unknown origin. Their blood leaks out, mixing with the mud and the rain. We see inside the warehouse, there's a group dressed splendidly, covered in blood and wounds. A featherless Plumerian spits off to the side as they walk away from the corpse of a Loon Plumerian. A chair that once held a small creature now sits covered in blood that has a shimmering quality to it that catches the light. We hear the rumblings of an automobile engine and follow it back outside into the rain. The door closes as we chase inside and see 3 figures sitting in the carriage of this automobile. A woman dressed in a well-fitted suit leans back, her green eyes glinting in the light, and a smile grows on her lips. Sitting across from her is a godling with bark-like skin and the eyes of a predator that flick back and forth between 2 passengers. The last passenger is a man wearing clothing that is composed of small patches of leather and flannel checkered across them. They squeak from the wet leather as they continue to shift, trying to get comfortable in their now shrinking outfit. The woman in the suit reaches for a beautiful box, a little bit longer than the length of a person's arm. Hello, Alora. It is such a pleasure to see you.
Well, I wish I could say the same. Why are you here?
Well, I came to check on my dear children, of course, and I was invited.
Invited?
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a ball tomorrow, I believe, in a Sir Kratok Prismwing's honor.
Yeah, there is.
Well, I can't wait to go. And I hear your little friends will be there too, and I'm so excited to see all of you.
Would you... Why are you here in this location?
I'm here to give you a
This
gift.
doesn't-
I
A
wanted
gift?
to catch you at the house, but it's so late now. It would be rude to impose on the crest feathers such a late hour when they're dealing with issues of their own. But this is for your mechanical friend, my old butler, Glyph. And they hand you this long box.
What do you... What is it?
Take a look if you'd like.
It's not gonna kill me or them, is it?
No, but it has killed many.
But forgive the implications of this following question, but what are you playing at with this? Like, do you need us for something? Rumor knows.
Do I need you?
I mean,
No.
we all know that isn't exactly the most competent person on the planet. Otherwise you wouldn't have sent him here. But
I sent Kyle to keep you company. Also, I didn't want to hang out with them. How dare you, mother! See?
okay. Could thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I'll see you tomorrow.
You most certainly will.
Good evening. And I'll just like awkwardly scooch out of the car and like
Oh,
stand there.
and give that little tiefling my blessings. Tell them I'm so very happy for them.
Yes, of course.
So you step back out into the rain once more. The car door quickly closes behind you, and it starts just heading away. The rest of you, as you're sort of recovering and getting your wits about you once more, you do hear this sound of an automobile door closing and then a vehicle driving away.
We're back inside the warehouse.
Yeah.
So Rip is kind of pacing back and forth, and he notices a crowbar leaning against like some pallets in the warehouse, and he picks it up and he looks at each of the randos kind of in the eyes directly, a very stern look back and forth, and then finally looks at Kratok. Well, if this isn't clear, it should be made clear. None of you will speak of anything you saw here today. Is that understood? Yeah, you got it. That's good. Do the rest of you understand? And he looks around at each of the other randos too.
TK is not paying attention. She's trying to figure out how to handle this bolt in her dog.
And Bubbles is
Is
like
it-
reaching back, like trying to bite at it, but then whines and leaves it and just licking at it.
Is everyone else more or less like attentive or?
I got hit in the head with like a table leg, and I'm like holding my eye, and I'm just kind of looking around because my vision is just full of static waves and error messages, and you just hear like flour and water can be used to remove lantern oil spills.
Rip repeats again a little bit louder. Do I make myself clear? Goblin, robot.
I crack my neck and I stand up. I'm a good bit taller than you. And I say, we don't care about your illegal little bread business.
If that's... Oh. Well, okay. I didn't expect that to be your response.
I mean, TK does not realize that this is illegal. She just thinks that we're in a bakery.
Well,
Why was Bradley here?
I wish I knew the exact answer to that myself. I'm very disappointed in this one here. And he points to the recently dead Larry Loon on the floor.
Sawdust for blood spills on concrete.
I didn't really prompt for a recommendation, but it sounds like a good one. I'll keep that in heart. Anyways, yeah, that's all. None of you speak of this once you leave these doors, understood? And then he starts to march out in the direction. Is it like a side door that Delata went out?
Delata like went out the back, and then there's like the front door that you came through.
Okay. Yeah, Rip just goes out the back door to see what's up there.
So, as Rip goes out the back door, we see a dark room lit by a red light. A gloved hand drifts over a table of surgical instruments. Lying on a few tables are the members of the Crest Feather family. A knife is picked up. They stare at the reflection, and we see a gas mask on the individual. The heavy breathing is fogging up the lenses. And Kratok, you step outside, and you do see that there is, like, you went out the back way that Delata went?
Rip is going out that
Or,
way.
yeah,
Talk,
Rip.
I think would still kind of be, yeah.
So you go out that way, and you see that there is a lot of, like, overgrown bramble that wasn't there before.
What the hell is this? And he, I guess, takes a closer look. I guess I'll do one of those rolls to see like what's going on, sort of thing.
Yep. The one thing I didn't open. The rules.
And that's a 4.
All right, so market experience. You are looking around, and you hear the slamming of the car door, and it causes you to quickly turn in that direction, and you just start like walking towards it, wondering what's happening. And you see Alora standing there in the rain, holding this box as this very fancy looking automobile just pulls out of the driveway there.
Did you grow those plants there?
At that point, like, Laura pivots a minute and is just like, what?
There's like all these like brambles and shit in the back that I don't think I planted. None of my underlings should have planted. Did you do something there? You know, you're kind of naturey.
Oh. I wonder if this means my powers are back. Are the others okay?
They're fine. Just I should extend the warning to you. You don't talk about anything you saw in that warehouse. Do you understand?
Well, having to consume my own flesh and blood, literally, it's not an easy memory to forget, but I'll try not to. Or I'll try.
I'll make an exception. You can talk about that. That one's kind of fucked up if I'm being real here.
Yeah. Okay. Kyle shot her, and I'll just walk past and go inside with the box.
Would Rip have actually noticed a lot of yet?
No, you failed your roll, so you're a bit distracted.
What the? And then Rip will look around for Delata still, like he wants to find her.
Sure. So you go back to the bramble as Alora, you walk into the warehouse where the rest of the randos are.
Guys?
Alora, what happened? Why were you outside?
It's kind of blurry, but... And I look down at the box. Glyph, this is for you. I don't know if you want to look at it, because, Arabella Bywood was outside when I got...
When you say that, I, like, without meaning to, jump back and I crash into, like, one of those metal, baking shelves. It just, baked goods go crashing everywhere, and I'm, like, holding onto the shelf. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Did you say Arabella Bywood is outside?
Yes.
I threw all of my knives.
TK, without even like flinching, just reaches over and grabs like the hand crossbow that Larry the Loon shot Bubbles with, and just flings it right at Glyph. She's still putting pressure onto Bubbles while doing that.
Glyph, roll to maintain your composure.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
You just received head trauma.
Just ding it right.
The greatest adversary of your catching things.
I got a 4.
So you reach your hand out and your vision just like glitches, and so you watch as Glyph's hand like moves around trying to figure out where the crossbow is, and just sort of dings off their head and falls into the ground. And no one was here to see it.
TK wasn't looking. It just sounds like wood hitting metal, regardless of whether or not Glyph catches it.
Might have caught it.
Oh god, Bubbles. And I'll run over and attempt Well, I'll run back out the door because I don't think I still have my jars of dirt. So I'll run back out to the back door real quick, grab some dirt, and come to Bubbles. And just try and heal the dog.
Oh no, Bubbles runs away.
So you rush over, and you do have your powers back, but it's taxing because you've pushed yourself so much and you haven't had them for a while. So you do manage to get the bolt out and heal up the wound as Bubbles is licking your hand while you're doing it.
Good. TK hugs Bubbles.
Yeah, Bubbles leans right into you. Is now, and the dog seems now to be trying to comfort you more than you are comforting the dog.
Kratok,
Yes.
did you know that Arabella was coming?
I had no idea. That's news to me. I guess it follows that she might be invited, given that Kyle and... Fuck, I forgot the other Bywood name. Shit.
Paloma?
Paloma, given that Kyle and Paloma were invited.
Kyle was also back there. He shot the bird lady. Delata?
Yeah,
I think that was her name. My
that
head hurts.
Delana was here, and then she kind of disappeared. Wow. I'm still processing all that happened here. That was quite the flurry of events, but I guess it's more important than ever that we sort of secure this deal with Kyle.
That's the other thing. Arabella said that she sent Kyle to keep us company? Me company? I'm not sure. She just said you. So I don't know. But
Did you have like a moment there? Otherwise, I would assume it's like us. But
I don't know. People are weird. They're still not my strong suit. I don't think you guys count as like standard society. I love y'all, but we don't. But yeah, I don't know. We should probably get back to Weary, and the house.
You all do see Alora is lugging around this very long box that has like the Bywood and Bywood logo on it. Of course, a beautiful bow on there, some ribbon.
I've been, because I had to bend down and pick up the crossbow, and it was one of those like just couldn't hold it right for some reason, and I've just been staring at it, and I look up and I'm like, Alora, put that box down very carefully. The Bywoods hate us. Whatever is happening, they are involved.
do you have an idea of what's in the box, Glyph?
Hmm.
It moves a bit. The box rattles a little.
Ugh. Let me see. Knowing Arabella, could be a snake. I've delivered boxes of snakes.
There's a snake in my box.
No.
Oh, don't worry, everyone. It's just a can of peanuts in here. I'm sure there's nothing in that.
This isn't
Nothing to worry about. Birds can't eat peanuts. If it is a snake, it cannot bite me. I will pick it up and put it gently on one of the tables and try to open it.
It opens up, no problem. And as you lift the lid and you place it off to the side, you all see
You get bit by a snake.
a giant snake. No. And it blows up. You see your other arm and a little note with it.
My pretty arm? My
Your
bronze
good arm.
arm?
Yeah.
What does the note say?
Choose your battles wisely.
Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, I hate her so much. So much.
And when you
So very much.
when you flex as if like you were flexing that arm, you watch the hand react. It's
Oh.
still connected to your system. That's why you weren't growing it back.
You could have like remotely like bitch slapped someone with that.
I wish I had. Was wondering why my arm didn't grow back. I put the lid back on the box. Shove it under my good arm. Ah, this is a joke to her. She's laughing at us.
That
We have
bitch is
probably...
taunting us. I hate all these fucking pricks.
They'll get their just desserts yet. We just need a bit of patience. I have some ideas.
Well, I'm all ears. They shot my dog, then pissed off Glyph, and made Alora eat their kid.
Well, I haven't thought through the rest of dealing with Arabella and Paloma, but Weary and I, we've got a plan going to screw Kyle out of his immortality. Don't tell anyone I said that.
Good. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He is the worst. They are all the worst. Is that possible? For multiple people to be the worst?
Yeah, you can be tied for the worst.
They are all definitely tied.
I've decided that I hate all nobles.
Well,
Chalk looks off to the side.
You're new to it. They just kind of made you one. They didn't even bother to ask. So you don't count.
I think there's good and bad, but I do agree that bureaucracy and self-righteousness is undesirable, to say the least.
Money does terrible things to you, organics.
It magnifies what's inside.
Wait, Steve is also terrible.
SD3V3 is just a charmer. What do you mean?
He was programmed that way.
They're a class act.
Capitalist.
Baby, I was programmed this way.
Not Steve being programmed to be a capitalist scumbag.
Well, there was a bug, so.
He was assigned capitalist at birth.
What?
This one's gonna be capitalist.
Look,
What about that one? I don't know, a
Steve-
janitor or something. It doesn't matter.
Steve is the paperclip problem to capitalism.
Oh.
What's the
Just trying to
paperclip
find
problem?
the most efficient. The paperclip problem is you tell a robot
Mhm.
your whole job is to make paperclips as efficiently as possible, and
Mhm.
so they keep making paperclips more and more efficiently, and they get better and better at it, and finding more and more ways to make paperclips. However, they're unrestricted on when to stop making paper clips. So they keep making paper clips until they literally turn everything in the world and the universe into the purpose of either being paper clips or making paper clips.
Played that game. I like that. So, aside from Cursed Automata, we have you all, you're gathering your things, you're gathering your dog, you're heading towards the cart, discussing what to do next. And we're going over somewhere a little more cheery. As we look over at Weary, we suddenly see a different scene. The screams are unbearable at first, but all of them eventually quiet. We see the blood splatter on the ceiling, the walls, leaking off the tables, spilling onto the floor. And so we see Weary standing there with Trust, just delighted, just top of the world. Everything is going great, and they are speaking to none other than Twillia Thistlewhistle. And Twillia is one of the most renowned, basically get shit doners. And so you and Trust are there. You've decided to have this wedding the next day. Because why wait when this world is so hectic, so crazy? Why put love on the back burner? And so you three are currently at the estate.
All right. This is happening. I need to get all the other randos. I need to get everything together. I think Glyph said they were making me a dress. That might be something to look into. I don't know. I've never had to plan something like this on such short notice.
Weary, dear, it's going to be just fine, and I must thank you so much for coming to me. I had the honor of spending the entire day with Glyph, and they are a delight. And they spoke so highly of you and Trust.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, wow. Did I meet Glyph? Which one was Glyph?
Well,
It's the automata, Trust.
Listen, you know how I am with names.
We're all very different looking, though. I need that to be really clear.
It's very tall.
Yeah.
Tall one.
Right.
Trust, I can't keep covering for you. Eventually they're gonna catch on.
I got this.
Okay.
Of course. Yes. Glyph.
Mm-hmm.
That's my best man.
Love Glyph. So good.
my good time boy.
He's my rotten soldier.
My rotten soldier.
Well, as for the ceremony, I've not attended a Sektheti wedding, but I have seen beautiful illustrations. I've seen the tents with the different colors of the dragons, and I believe we need something for both of your dragons. So I believe Trust is red and yours is
Gold. Mine's gold.
gold. Okay, so red and gold, of course. Definitely do that. And in Plumeria, our weddings are a bit complicated. There's a lot of to do, as it were. We have a song, we have a dance, we share a token. I don't know if you wanted to do all of that or some of it.
I was hoping, because we're here to celebrate Kratok, that it could just be a simple ceremony. We could do the vows, and we could maybe have a bite to eat and enjoy the fact that things aren't on fire for once.
Oh yes, just
Hard cut to the
Hard-
bread factory.
Yeah, hard
Blood
cut.
everywhere. Oh, boss, my
Hard
arm.
cut. Hard cut to the rest of the country.
We don't know that.
Oh no. Yes, and do you have tokens to exchange, or?
I mean, I didn't think I was going to ever need it, but I searched through my pack, and then I remember most of my earthly belongings that weren't magical were exploded. So I don't actually have like my family's like serving. Like, there's a Seketheti tradition where basically, like, when you get married, you exchange vows, and then you each drink from the other's like family, like it's like a bowl that you pass down, basically, because water is really important in Sekethet, and you're like exchanging each other's like life force, basically. And Weary doesn't have one of those anymore because it exploded with bomb number 1,
Oh,
which is very different from bomb number 2.
maybe if there's like I don't know if Plumerian nobles have workshops or something. I could work on something. It's not going to be as wonderful as yours was. But
Oh, I mean, mine was a formality sort of thing. I was adopted, so no, I think anything you make will probably serve that purpose beautifully.
Yes, there's an entire wing of tools for the gardeners and the carpenters who keep up the house. Anything you would need, we can get for you. Oh, she's just like writing a list, like furiously, of like everything we need, everything that needs to be done.
Oh.
Yes, we can do this. We can do this. The illustrations I saw for Security, I saw it could either be at sunrise or sunset or noon.
Well, the ball's at night. Usually our ceremonies are at night. We have a lot of dancing and music and a lot of celebrations more when the sun's going down, but I don't see, as long as you're okay with it, Weary, I'm okay with sunrise.
Oh, actually, that would work out just fine. Gives everyone a chance to rest, hopefully, and if I do wake them up a little early, I can always just prepare some sort of stimulant with my tools.
Yes, a bright sunrise ceremony, and then we'll have a lovely breakfast afterwards, and then the rest of the day we can prepare for the ball, and then the ball is just your celebration. Yes, it's also for Cousin Kratok, of course, but also for you. Oh, that would be delightful.
All right. I need to make sure. Can you get like a large bow tie collar sort of thing? Like a big one for some sort of frog dog situation?
Frog dog? Yes.
Oh,
I
a
feel
toad
like
wolf, but yeah.
a toad
Oh, a
wolf.
toad wolf. That's
No,
much different
it's-
from a
I
frog
mean,
dog.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
they're completely different.
Sizes.
Frog dogs are just
Yes.
frog dogs
One
are just
only-
spheres. They don't
One
Yeah.
have
only
legs,
lives in
so
salt
don't know
water.
how.
Around.
One only lives in fresh water.
Yeah. Longer snout, like.
Yeah, it's a distinction,
Yes, we can do
but
that.
yeah, I feel like I would like for even people in our little group that often maybe we don't get a chance to give the spotlight to, if they could have some little something to wear.
Yes, we can definitely do that. And I must assure you, Glyph does have something special for both of you.
Oh.
It's for the ball, more technically, but this will work. All right.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
let me go. Oh, Trust, yes?
I'm gonna go get started on that dish because it's gonna take a little bit, and I don't wanna rush it.
Oh, no, good. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot that you're making this for me, and I squeeze his hand.
Hey, they squeeze yours back. They give you a quick
Twilly
kiss
lick.
before, heading off, and they go immediately in the wrong direction.
Yes. Twilly is like, this is so cute, and she's just like an orb of feathers because she's just so sweet, so cute.
She's doing the Ghibli thing where they get all puffed up.
We see Trust go down one hallway, and then shortly Trust comes back, going down the other hallway.
Yes, that way.
Oh.
Oh, he is a gem.
Uh-huh. I worry, then I remember that he could smite the living daylights out of, like, the strongest creatures ever, so then I get less worried.
Yes. He's a strong, competent soldier, and it's so sweet, it's so delightful. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. I'm so happy for both of you.
Thank you. Have you seen everyone? It's getting pretty late.
Yes, there was a bit of a kerfuffle after this morning's sudden violence. Lady TK and Honorable Alora ended up in the pond.
Oh.
I'm not sure the steps that led to them being in the pond. And then there was some confusion about the little strange potato boy. he was missing or had left. I did not hear the whole event.
I suppose they must have gone to find. Okay. I should probably make myself useful, I guess.
As you say this, the door opens up. But instead of seeing outside, we see from behind the shadowy figure. They are bent over. They're wearing dark clothing draped over their body. The saw is going quickly. Work that this individual must have done a dozen times. A hand falls to a floor as they kick it off to the side. But what we see with all of you is the door opens up and there are the randos. They are covered in rain, blood, and mud. And they look
Flour.
like, yeah, there's some flour on some of them for sure, which is suspicious.
Hey, everybody.
Weary, we need to have a quick little sidebar, just the randos. You don't mind?
Yeah. Twillia, thank you so much for your help. And there's like relief that everyone is, even though everyone's bloody, it's like, oh, I'm used to seeing my friends like that.
Yeah.
Here they are now.
I do look for Bradley because I expect him to be like tucked somewhere.
You don't see Bradley, although probably Alora and TK would be the two covered in the most blood, as TK was, dealing with bubbles.
Right. I go over to like a side chamber and I kind of kick the door open and make sure there's no one inside.
So we went to go find Bradley, and that went well. We did find Bradley.
Oh.
But there was a little bit of fighting and a little bit of killing. We ended up at this part you can't tell anyone. We ended up at a warehouse for bread.
Right. That's criminal here, I think.
It is. Anyways,
Okay, wait. Real quick.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me why is bread a crime?
put it simply, TK, it's absolutely delicious, but in large quantities, extremely fatal to plumerians.
Oh, it's criminally good, okay.
It's like drugs.
Like a narcotic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
it's-
have a little bit of drugs, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
if you have a little bit of drugs in a controlled way where you're mindful of what you're doing, yeah. But if it's too much bread,
Yeah, no, you gotta be careful with that blue potion.
Yeah, I think you get the idea, TK.
Okay,
So violence.
thank you. So, okay, sorry, I was confused about. There's a lot going on, and then
Right.
the bread thing keeps coming up, and I'm like, why the fuck is everybody so anxious around bread? Okay, I'm noted for the future, Kratak. I will not tempt you with bread.
I'll cut you some slack on that one, TK. I'm pretty sure we're the only place in the world concerned about bread that way.
Yeah, I mean, you're hanging out with me. I've been very neutral about bread in the past. Look, okay, there's more going on here. Continue, sorry.
Was the sidebar about the criminal bread, or was there more?
We're not allowed to talk about the criminal bread. That
Right.
was
Lips are
the
sealed.
other stipulation that Rip made about our deal.
Yeah, Rip doesn't want us talking about the bread.
The
Yeah.
really badass looking Blumerian.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
he has some kind of criminal bread empire that we're not supposed to talk about.
I made
we brought it up.
criminal bread.
I feel like
saying
I feel like we
criminal
brought
bread
it up.
really loud in this room. It's the only words are Rip, criminal, and criminal bread. There's
For the next week,
door.
anything that goes wrong, I'm just going to be like, that criminal bread.
I feel like we've really said criminal bread and red talon in a lot of permutations over the last 10 minutes.
We see lifting up at the windows the emergency loaf of bread looking in.
We lost him
Eyes
in the
glowing
far
red.
realm.
What
Oh,
have
we
you been up
lost him in the
to?
far realm.
My power, it's gross.
Is he back?
Had to shit sometime.
Oh my god.
Anyways, Weary, to catch you up, I guess Bradley was kidnapped by Larry Loon for God knows what reason.
Okay.
The lot of didgeridoo was there. Still not 100% sure why, but is probably something a little bit nefarious.
Totally innocent. She did nothing wrong. She was trying to save Bradley.
So yeah, Rip just killed his lackey right then and there. You know,
Oh.
well, he didn't seem to want Bradley to be there. It was weird miscommunication, I think.
Huh.
Um,
And we kind of take stock of what you're saying. I don't see Bradley.
Kartok looks over at Alora. It wasn't good. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, Bradley is no longer with us. Rest in peace, Bradley.
Well, this makes my news really weird.
Oh, I'll finish up anyways.
Yeah.
Then Alora got like separated from us for a few minutes there. I don't know what happened exactly. And yeah, that's about it.
What's your news, Weary?
Who asked?
Kyle.
Who is that?
Kyle's like
Kyle in
leaning.
the room?
Yeah, Kyle's leaning like behind most of you. What's your news? Why is it weird?
What happened to your ball in a cup, Kyle?
I mastered it and then I shot someone.
Oh. Right.
When he. Sorry. When I realize Kyle is in the room, like leaning against my chair, I stand up and I pull my arm out of the box.
Heavens!
And I turn around and I smack him with it.
They take that backhand with your extended arm, not like a champ at all.
Like a chump.
Yeah, they just get slapped and as they fall over the couch.
Kyle.
What have I ever done to you? Criminal.
I don't think we have time.
Well, I
this.
don't. I want to hear Weary's news. I'm excited.
This conversation is not for you.
Then
Kyle.
why have I been here the whole time?
God, you move so quietly.
I had to get out of my squeaky clothes. So I'm wearing all satin. I move like the whisper of the wind.
Didn't he just come out of the rain?
They had to get changed in the car.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Their mom wouldn't let them go out in that outfit anymore.
Okay. Well, the news, Kyle, is that I sent for my order to send a new, more intensive ball in a cup that only 3 people in the world have ever mastered. I think you're ready for the next level, but I do need you to wait outside.
You're gonna have to charm Kyle.
I bet I have to use the mechanics of the game I'm
That's
playing.
right.
Oh dear God. Yeah, Weir's doesn't have a great charm. In fact, it's a -1.
All right, try to roll to win someone over.
Alrighty.
Sad or TK just punches them.
I rolled a 9 -1, so an 8.
All right, on a 7 to 9, they'll do as you ask, but you will owe them a favor in return.
I did say I was going to get them a superior ball in a cup, so...
I'll leave, but I want to be at tomorrow's wedding.
How do you know that?
My mom told me.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag, I guess.
What? Oh, surprise, everyone!
Wow, Kyle, you really deflated... I'm caught between mourning and sharing good news, and you deflated all of that.
What? How come?
Kyle, can you please wait outside?
I'm getting out of this room. It's full of squares. Bye.
Yes, Kyle. Squares. Close the door.
See you
Make sure he's
tomorrow.
on- great. It's on the other side of it.
Ow, my finger!
God, it's a wonder. Without immortality, you'd be dead 7 times over.
Years
kind of-
ago. Years
Yeah,
ago.
I kind of like fall back against the back of the door, just start to slide down.
So what was your news, Weary?
Oh, I'm getting married.
Oh. To whom?
To Trust.
Talk's actually laughing. Like, what's going on, Glyph? Come on.
Oh.
Wait, Glyph, what did you mean?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Wedding.
Yeah, if in all honesty, culturally, I'd honestly be okay with marrying all of you, but we don't have time for that intricate of a ceremony, and we have like world-ending threats to stop, and it's like Kratak's special thing, so I was just gonna marry Trust,
Weary,
and it was gonna be
do you mean as a spouse, or are you like an ordained minister?
No, like as if you were all cool with it, like a multiple spouse. It's neither here nor there. We don't have time.
I don't own any capital.
That's actually
Why-
really flattering, Weary.
Would you
No,
appreciate
you wouldn't have
that.
to like
marry
give
me?
You wouldn't have to give me dowry. What? No, I enjoy the time I spend with all of you. I would hope that if we don't die trying to save the world, we could spend more time together.
Oh.
I'm confused.
About which part?
Who's getting married to who?
I am. I'm marrying Trust. I'm
Okay.
open to eventually marrying any of you if you are cool with it later. And that's, I think, where we're at.
Get a whiteboard out.
So Trust.
Weary, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Like, I'm not feeling those vibes
That's
between
fine.
us, you know?
That's fine.
That's a pretty heavy, like, ass when we're in the middle of stuff. Bubbles got shot and Alora ate their kid.
Oh, I'm getting bubbles at. Oh, what?
Yeah, that was the tough part of the story to tell.
Oh, God, this is the worst. Why would I get married right now? I'm going to call it off. I don't tell Trust. This is the worst time to do it.
Don't do that. Don't
Oh.
do that.
No.
Don't do what?
If Trust has resources that will aid us by you wedding him, then you should.
I appreciate the practical merits of marrying the person I've loved for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Just like
about
dowry.
trust weird like assets and stuff. And Trust, I'm sure that Trust has plenty of assets, you know. Look, but
I'm still like slumped against the door.
I'm in a real weird mood, and honestly, you know what? I'm of the opinion. Fuck all these guys here. Okay, let's just fucking shit on their parade and just dominate the conversation. We are going to beat them at their own fucking game. We're going to be the most noblest of noble fucks on this fucking planet. We're going to crush it. We're going to crush it. We're going to break them all.
TK.
Cliff, I need a suit.
PK, were you
Yes.
watching my mirror speech this morning? That's what I say to myself every day.
Crush it. Crush it.
You got
Talks
this.
daily
You are-
affirmations. Amazing.
TK just points at her eyes and then points at Kratok. Is like, see, me and Kratok, we're on the same wavelength.
Mhm.
You just gotta be
We're
determined.
that's what me and you don't have. We're not on the same wavelength. We're on
No,
similar
no, it-
wavelengths. It's like
it
we're
would
two
be
different
like a more-
beats.
Platonic connection anyway, but that's fine. No, I don't begrudge you not wanting to marry me in an intricate Sekathet ceremony.
At
That's a
this
lot.
point, Alora's just done and is gonna cast Entangle and basically gag both of you with the fucking branches. We need to get through tomorrow. Paloma Bywood was outside after Kyle shot Delata. There's something that is about to happen. We need to plan. Please, Weary, congratulations, but we need to move.
Yes. All of the Bywoods are here. Paloma, Kyle, and Arabella. And I'm just kind of gesturing with my arm. I haven't hooked back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
They expected us to be here. They knew we would be here. They knew about your wedding. Something horrible is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we're very happy for you, Weary.
Mm-hmm.
I'll release the untangle.
Minty.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Cool that you got your arm back.
I suppose.
Oh, was that from Arabella?
Yes.
Oh god, we can never get anything nice without anything horrible being attached to it.
It does explain some issues I've been having. Generally, my system would self-repair after a certain amount of time.
Oh.
As I'm gesturing with the arm, the hand, it's like also gesturing. I will need to reattach this at some point. I bought everyone presents.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this has been really difficult. For a stay in a cushy mansion full of bird people, this has been a very strenuous time. It feels weird
Well,
to say
for
that.
4 to 5 of you.
It has been less than restful.
And you're all looking like Weary's skin's really good. Like they don't have a speck of mud on them. And
It's been the spa trip for Weary.
Oh, the other thing, part of my deal for bringing you all back from the dead was that I have to convince, I'm going to do that. I have to convince Kyle to renounce immortality.
And on
willingly
that
die.
note,
Yeah.
have you seen any of Rip's lackeys around here? They might have some info by now.
I go shake a bush to see if there's one in
They are
there.
yeah, there's a
usually-
fake plant, and you see parting from the fake plant.
There's like a exclamation mark.
It's a little
It
like
also just sounded very lewd.
Go shake a bush. I didn't mean it like that.
Jesus. So you see that there is this little budgie plumerian that you move the plant off to the side. Hey, congratulations, by the way. But
This
yeah,
is really weird. Thanks.
so you wanted information? You were trying to track the Kyle one?
Look at Kratok. Like, I don't. What's your plan?
We need to know where Kyle's next business meeting is.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be happening just before the bowl.
Do you have a time and place, roughly?
From what I heard, I was sitting on top of the Bywoods car, right? I was just enjoying myself a nice cup of seed. I was just having some fun, just some bird seed. I had like it's just beautiful scone made out of the best cricket flour around. I was enjoying this. It was really good. Then the rain started up, and I thought to myself, oh, I gotta get out of here. But then I started hearing this one fancy person talk, right? They sounded like they were fancy and confident. But then there was someone who sounded like they were stupid, but fancy. So I figured this gotta be Kyle, right? Kyle was talking to Kyle's mom. And so Kyle's mom was like, hey, don't forget, we gotta be at that office. And Kyle went, oh, but I don't want to be at no office, mother. I hate offices. You know they give me rashes. And so there was a little bit of discussion about creams, right? What creams you can use for those kind of rashes. It's a stress-based reaction. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't really get rashes myself. But what I heard is they're going to be going to Lord Christopher's study. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there, Weary.
All right.
Yeah, it's just going to be after a luncheon, I believe.
Oh, that'll be right after the wedding. It's a morning wedding. I'm really sorry.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Not you.
It's going to be a
Behind the
beautiful wedding, I'm sure.
Thanks. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
You want to know my name right now? You're asking me my name
Yeah,
as I'm
yeah.
hiding behind
Yeah,
this
Lucas,
bush?
I want to
gonna
know
be
the
a
name of
fucking
the bird
Joey or
goon that
something.
you made up for this bit.
My
Lucas.
name
What's
is
his name?
Mookie, all right?
Mookie.
Yes. Well, my name is Mookie, all right? My parents had big plans. They said, you're going to be a mook. You're going to be a mook that's going to be at the top of the chain. I said, don't you mean I'm going to be a boss? And they went, hey, don't fly too high to the sky. Oh, well, all
Oh
right.
my god.
Close to the sun, Mookie.
Oh no, the sun's great. The sun's nice and warm, but you know, you go too high and the sky drift off into space.
Oh, and Mookie and his brother Jobber and I can't.
My cousin Wise Guy.
Because yeah, nephew Tight-Lips. Nephew the Squealer.
And we have our uncle we never talked to called the Union Basher. And we just don't feel good about it.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
It's a
that
different
your uncle
time, you know.
Doesn't like unions.
Anyway, so is this just
The plant goes and moves back.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura shuts the plant.
yeah? It's just is this a Kritok and Weary thing, or are the rest of us gonna get involved on the whole scheme of things?
If
Like, what are we
Arabella's
gonna do?
there, you should all be with me. And Kritok, if Arabella's there, because Arabella's dangerous and I don't have a skyship to drop on her anymore.
I wish you did.
I suppose before we go, I should explain what I'm thinking to everyone so there's no surprises.
Yeah.
Please.
This sounds really bad, but I'm thinking we create an exclusive deal for Kyle, offer him preferred shares in a lot of Plumerian businesses with two, tokens in return. One is he has to willingly relinquish his immortality to Weary. And the other one, well, it's not exactly Kyle's to give, but we get the rest of Lady Arabella Bywood's itinerary for the rest of the year. And we can use that for some further action.
She does love agendas and itineraries.
This is a good plan. Kyle's ego is very easy to manipulate.
So, this is gonna be like a trick. Like, you get him to sign some contract for, like, I don't know, a bucket of ice cream, and then in the fine print, it's like, hey, give me your immortality.
You could say that it's more like probably billions of buckets of ice cream.
And it has to be willing. I don't think it counts for I look vaguely in general directions. You have a demigod deal, right? They don't like technicalities to succeed their deals. They want the vibe of the law.
That's why I was so pissed off about us not killing the moon.
Oh.
That's what scared me. That seemed like a big technicality, like a really huge technicality.
I'm really glad that the moon, the war demigod was cool with you being cool with that.
Yeah, I did not think that it would be cool.
They
with
like
that.
95% of their siblings. They just don't like croaking.
Did not think it would be cool with that.
Hey, I'm really glad we're all alive. I feel like I don't say that enough.
I try not to think about it too much, but it is impressive given what we've been through lately.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
been through much.
But anyways, to wrap that all up, I'm hopeful it won't backfire because as far as I'm aware, Plumeria still isn't really producing weapons. So it's not like the Bywoods will become even crazier military leaders.
Right. They already kind of do that on their own.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my plan.
So, Kritok, you're talking to them, right?
I can do most of the talking.
Please do. If I see Arabella,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to say something very rude.
Yeah, just try to not flip your wigs until we've gotten the handshakes out of the way, and then you can say whatever you want after, probably, because, a deal's a deal.
You hear a knock on the door. Yes. Is everyone all right in here? We're getting ready to blow out the candles and have everyone lie down. Is there anything we can get you before the servants go to rest? And they're still on the other side of the door, so.
Oh.
Oh,
I
okay.
need a big, strong bottle of alcohol. I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Would you want a doctor to show up?
No, I just got knocked around a bit.
All right, we'll have that delivered to your room. This is the Honorable Lady TK, I believe.
Yes, and
Yes.
food for everyone except me.
And some clean clothes. Maybe something like that.
Very
Y'all
good.
stink.
I think I'm just gonna sleep naked.
Okay. Do you want me to check on you, TK? I am technically a doctor.
I just got hit in the head really hard.
Oh,
So did Cliff. I've been hit harder though. I
okay.
died.
There's like a crack in my eye, the glass of it.
Oh, all
Died
right.
like a lot.
Yeah, let's do some fixes before I go to bed.
So as you as you all go to get ready for bed, we see a scene. The needle is slowly threaded as shaky fingers pull the thread through. We see a black-gloved hand guide the needle, stitching together the lightish blue tiefling skin. A small pair of scissors cuts the thread, and the work begins again. So all of you are going back, and you're going to lay down for bed. You all are just worn out from the day. It has been a long one. It has been, for 4 of you, a bad one. And you're all just relaxing. There is a large bottle of very fancy looking liquor in your room, TK. It's very different from what you're used to. You already see the bubbles is made like 3 or 4 circles before snowballing. Just middle of your bed. That's Bubbles' bed now, but you are quite small, so you'll probably fit somewhere. Then we have Weary. You're coming back to the bedroom. You see that there is like wrapped up. It's very obviously a small dish. Truss has been hard at work. You know that they are pretty talented when it comes to crafting things. It was something that they were thinking about going to for work, but they decided instead to join the Guardians. So you see already there is something there waiting for you wrapped up. Alora, you drag your feet back to bed, and just the drain on you from not only transforming into that creature, casting multiple spells, and just the emotional hardships of the day as you just sort of collapse into your piles of blankets. Kratok, as you are heading back to your room, you do see there is a note that is sitting alongside this suit. You recognize this is the suit that your mother was talking about a few days ago with you, that this was your grandfather's old suit. Your grandfather was, more rubbing shoulders with high society. And what does this Plumerian suit look like for Kratok?
It's going to kind of take on the look of the armor, sort of. So it's going to be very stained glassy, but like flowing material, kind of sparkles a little bit here and there. This is like your typical tuxedo looking kind of thing for the most part. It's got like the 2 little tails, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, almost like a Kada effect.
So the note there is, you see that it's in your mother's handwriting, and it said, just so excited for your big day tomorrow. We're all very proud of you. Love, Mom. Sign there. As you settle for bed, you do your classic, make your nest up. Glyph, you are walking back to your room with your hand that every so often, if you're frustrated, the knife pops out of your other arm that you're carrying, and you have to manually think about it and make the knife retract. You're making it back to your room. You look around, and it does look like someone haphazardly had gone through your stuff.
Joke's on them. I don't really have any stuff.
That's what they found.
You have no resources for a dowry.
I
Oh,
don't.
this is boring in here. I'm
Never been
bored.
Yeah, written on one of these pieces of paper that you left out that you were sketching the suit. There are so many notes on it. Like, this is wrong. You need to do this, and like just so much critiquing. And the thing that's really frustrating is there are some bad ones, but there are some really good pointers there, and it just makes it worse.
Great. I'm so mad. Whew. Can I do one thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We could even say this happens before I get to my room. I needed to stop and knock on TK's door real
Sure.
quick.
Well, you can say you're too angry to rest, and so maybe
Okay,
you're
I can't
pacing
rest.
and-
I can't stay in here. And I stop back, and I stop, and I see her door, and I knock.
I'm muted. Oh, TK opens the door. She's got like the jumpsuit thing. It's nasty. It does not look good anymore, and she feels really bad about that still. She's just kind of got it like sloughed off. She's essentially just wearing it as pants right now, and just holding the bottle in one hand and squinting a little bit because she's already clearly drank about half of it.
Oh no!
It's the good stuff.
Yeah, and no, she's surprised. She's like, "Wow, this tastes like nothing. I'm gonna need to drink a lot of it." No, you really don't.
TK,
Hey, Glyph.
I just wanted to stop by before I go to sleep. I am sorry. I did not mean to get Bubbles injured. I should have anticipated that they would have weapons. I did not think that far. I'm very bad at thinking ahead.
Oh, Glyph, I was about to do the same thing. I don't blame you for that. I blame that fucker. That fucker's fucking dead. And he's only dead because I got beat to that awesome. Bubbles is good. Bubbles, you good?
You just hear a huff as you're waking them up.
Yeah, Bubbles still likes you, so you're good.
That's good. I'm glad he's well. Speaking of, TK, why were you in the pond? Why were you covered in mud and blood?
Well, you didn't hear about that?
Hear about what?
I bottled the fucking jackass. I kicked that fucker's ass.
I don't understand.
Yeah, the pie was, and he's talking shit about me and everyone else. So I took a bottle, and I caved his stupid face in with it. And everybody started saying mean things about me. They were all really, really loud. Just being fucking pricks. So I left and went into the pond.
When you say, when you finish that and it kind of clicks what happened, and I put two and two together, I don't know if you're still able to read minds, but it's just this like blast, this wave of like admiration for you. And it's I like grab my chest and I'm like, you beat him with a bottle and I wasn't there to see it. Oh, I am sorry that happened, but I am also so sorry I missed seeing that.
Oh man, I could do it again. You know,
Oh.
like
Maybe
he
we
seems
should.
like fuck that guy.
He is the worst.
The worst. The fucking. Oh, you pissed me off so bad. And I took it. And I didn't break it. I was really tempted to break it and do some stabbing, but I was just like, nah, he
Tell
doesn't
me all
deserve
about it.
stabbing.
Maybe we drink and grouse.
Mm.
And talk
So throughout the night,
about Kyle.
you two just kind of complain about Kyle, hate on Kyle. Kyle's ears are ringing all night, and
He doesn't get anything sleep. He's gonna have dark circles under his eyes.
he regenerates. He'll be fine. So you all are falling into this wonderful exhaustion sleep, and as we all know, exhaustion sleep is just this darkness until you awake the next day. But during the time that you are sleeping, the bones are placed in a specific pattern. Though when we try to focus on the pattern, it shifts and melds, as though we're looking at the bones under lapping waves. The stitched skin is draped over the bones, and the gloved arms begin fitting it together. The morning rises up. You're not feeling too bad, aside from TK. You all wake up, and for each of you, it is different. Kritok, you wake up with a bit of heavy shoulders, knowing the responsibility that's coming your way, but also, there's probably some pride there, and you're making a good name for your family, which is, something that you've always wanted to do, and you've completed the task you set out to do, if anything. Alora, you wake up to a very empty room as you're laying there and you're staring at the ceiling for a few minutes. And as you let out a long sigh and you start getting up, you hear, "No, I want to sleep more." You feel yourself just kind of slam back into the bed. It's too early.
I agree.
It's
But
like,
also, why are you here?
night. And it just kind of goes quiet in your head. You don't feel that presence that was there all of a sudden. TK, you wake up with a splitting headache, as you didn't really drink much in the way of water yesterday at all. It was a very stressful day. It was just a lot of drinking. And you wake up, and Glyph, you stayed here so long throughout the night as you're chatting with TK that you just ended up falling asleep. So the two of you wake up in this room as TK just everything sucks for a moment. Like you sit up, then sit back down.
Got that cotton mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cotton mouth. My stomach's cramping up. Oh, this is bad. What? Oh, there's too much sugar in that fucking drink. Oh.
You hear the quiet startup noise that happens when Glyph wakes up.
The window's starting up.
The windows.
I'm just picturing like old modems that
Oh God. No.
dial up.
Oh. Good morning.
Yeah, no, TK tries to like straighten up and like she's squinting and like wincing. Morning, feeling fresh and chipper.
Yes, we have a wedding to attend.
And we go over to Weary. Weary, today's the day. Woken up, sun's coming through. How are you feeling?
Oh, nervous. Really nervous. I want to do that affirmation thing that Kratok does, and I go over to the mirror. It just doesn't come out. It's like trying. It's like, I'm gonna rip some heads off. I'm gonna wear a suit. I'm not gonna wear a suit. I'm wearing a dress. I'm gonna wear a dress. It's gonna be great.
You're awkwardly saying this in the mirror as there is another knock on your door, and you hear a voice. Your clothes are ready for the day.
Oh, good.
Weary.
I have to do my hair. That's a lot to do.
Don't worry, we have someone here to do that for you.
Oh, that's very nice of them.
Would you care for some champagne or some breakfast?
No. Breakfast, sure. Something light, I'm hoping. Some greens, a fruit or two.
So you are really doted on as this morning's going. You have your hair being done for you. They're doing makeup. You see
Twilliam made some calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone's in here. You have like a team that's like rushing around working on things. You're trying to figure out like, well, I might still need some of my tools, and they're like, you're not putting your tools on for your wedding. Is like they're putting them onto the side, and you have like the bowl of fruit and stuff like that as you're just sort of picking away at it. So the time arrives. The sun is just coming over the horizon, and it is lighting up the yard that Twillia had all set up. I will go around, and I want each of you to tell me something, the decor or something to do with the wedding itself, of like, what's something that was set up. And we will start with Glyph. What's something that was set up for this wedding?
Oh, Twillia knows everybody, and did make a lot of calls and wrote a lot of notes and sent a lot of servants to go and fetch things. And there are those lilies. Those, you're not sure how she got so many of them so fast. But there are like two big pretty things of those lilies that will be like basically flanking the spot where y'all are gonna say your vows.
Kratok, what's something else that's there for the wedding?
There is a newly crafted massive gazebo where the actual altar and stuff is, and it's made out of this really rare wood that Kratok doesn't know the origin of, but it basically, like the wood grain looks like little clouds.
Oh, that's nice. Alora, what's something there for the wedding?
Alora's contribution, I think, once they've like woken up and looked outside and went, these are too pretty. This doesn't look anything like what they've said was back home in Sekathet. And then just kind of is like sort of mentally summoning, trying to like create just little patches. So it's not super noticeable, so she doesn't get yelled at by someone. But they're just like the little patches of like native flora and fauna to Sekathet. Kind of just around the general area where everyone's going to be seated. And alongside that, then like the I guess benches for the seating arrangement for the altar bit for the aisle is going to have just a bunch of like vines that are like a W and a T with like various letters. So some of them are W, some of them are T, some of them say both. It depends on how many people we actually have, but just kind of like not embroidered, but like just decorated kind kind of marked and monogrammed. There's the word. For both of them.
TK.
I don't think TK has much to contribute aside from her not like actively just staying out of the way.
Well, you can say something that like the servers put together.
Yeah, no, like in general, what Eve would like to contribute is an ice sculpture fountain of two dragons with their necks intertwined, and out of their mouths, one has red wine coming out, and the other has white wine.
Yeah, it's so
Don't
cool.
mind me actually putting that on my wedding Pinterest board.
This whole clip, I'm just gonna shoot it to Mads afterwards. Be like, hey, I know
Right.
we planned several years in advance.
There was one last thing, because that was from Twillia. Glyph does come by when you're getting ready and gives Weary a gift. And it's a little pretty white box with a white bow on it. And it is a tall glass honey scented candle. It says, "Thank you for being my friend."
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. Episode 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Weary's like really trying hard not to cry because they put a lot of work into like this. It's like dark eyeshadow to conceal the eye bags of not sleeping. It's just like,
There's the person with magic there that casts a spell into your makeup to keep it.
Oh wow! I
Prestidigitating you.
Yeah, they just have to keep doing it.
Just like walking up, nope, snapping fingers.
Very cool that my eyes are one solid color with like a light indentation of a different color for my pupils, because otherwise they'd be very red from crying.
And Weary, tell me something about this wedding.
The music that plays, and I'm not gonna make you change the music. Like, this is just like, yeah, I was gonna say like that'd be like a weird ask. The music that plays is like really kind of like almost folksy. Like it's got a lot of like some drums. It's got some wind instruments. It has like a few string instruments, but they're very like they're very tastefully applied. Some of the rhythms might be familiar. I will not voice as to what song they might be familiar to, as to undercut the moment. But you know, it's familiar rhythms. It's just with like very like light, with like light drums and light like wind instruments and stuff. Sort of like sound going with it.
So everyone is seated at the wedding. You're waiting. Trust is dying up front as they are there. And when a red tiefling blushes and sweats, they just get a much deeper red. So they're standing up there, trying to stand straight every so often. Like, they lock their knees and you hear like a whisper like, "Stop locking your knees." And they're like, they're trying to, not pass out as they're waiting. And the music, it starts hitting a bit of a different tempo. And what does Weary look like as they are walking up?
For the first time in a while, because they've kind of been in like battle dress since like season 2, Weary has something resembling the headscarf that they wore in season 1. But it's like very, very like intricate compared to the original. Weary still has the like ascot scarf thing of the original one, but it's been incorporated into like something for the hand. The dress is kind of like shimmering gold scales, and interlaced into the actual patterns are various like fish, and they look almost mechanical, and they have like a bronze-ish color to go along with them, with like blue central eyes to kind of match the creepy soul gems that we had to use to make Pesca. Where normally their hair is sort of set up like looking like the majors from Ghost in the Shell, it's all back in the headscarf now, except there's like the little like swirling like curls of dark purplish bluish hair that kind of peek out from underneath, and the horns kind of stick out from the actual headscarf, and between the two horns is like a chain connecting the two. And they probably have some like darker lipstick just to like complete the look a little bit. And they move really gracefully. Normally they move with like a utilitarian sort of purpose. Like they're not one for being dainty, but they're letting themselves relax. Like there's a lot of the weight that's just off their shoulders, and they're walking down the aisle very peacefully.
You walk down the aisle towards where Trust is, and towards the person who will be helping lead the ceremony. Julia had to pull a lot of strings to get Deadly Fluff Feathers here, but they are there in their best vest as they are standing up strong. You are holding on to the bowl that Trust had made you, and Trust is holding onto theirs. Theirs looks a little worn, a little bit of like a chip off one side, and water is poured into each of them. And Dudley steps forward a bit. Greetings, everyone. It is me, Dudley Flufffeathers, and I wanted to share a few words about love from one of the beautiful love songs that we have procured from the Earth Realm. When I thought to myself this morning, I thought, this was the song. Let me share these words of love for this beautiful couple. Each darkness in my slumber, I gaze upon you. My sense of touch detects you. This is how I'm aware that you continue to exist. From far beyond the great span and separation that divide you and I, you appear to proclaim your continued survival. Close, distant, indiscriminate location. I have faith that the cardiovascular muscle will persevere. Again, you have placed the door ajar. You have placed your person inside my cardiovascular muscles. And this said organ will continue to persevere.
Beautiful. Whew.
I believe you two have some words that you wish to exchange, not from the Earth Realm. And they step back, flourishing.
Right.
I don't understand Earth music.
No, I really don't. It's an acquired taste, I'm sure. I want to thank you for my closest companions being here. I would very genuinely not be alive without them. I'd certainly be different without them as well. But it's for the better. Through this journey, have let go a lot of the selfish, worse habits and become a warmer, kinder person. And it's from all of them that I have become a person that feels worthy to be able to stand here in front of you today, Trust. But moreover, I want to thank you. It's sudden and it's last minute, and there's absolutely horrible things going on that we all have to deal with at some point. But for just this morning, just this few fleeting bits of sunlight, I don't have to think about that. I have just nothing but gratitude and love and joy for the people in my life, the ones that haven't quite made it to where I'm at, and the ones who are still here with me, yourself included. I want us to make it to the other side of this and find some place very quiet where I can figure out how to live the rest of my days with you. And when your time passes, to live and honor your memory.
See, Trust is staring into your eyes, everything is gone. It's just you two at this moment. And Trust looks at you. I used to think only of adventure, glory through battle, strength of arms. When we met, it was an unlikely meeting. Just another tiefling that I was guarding as they were digging up things out of the ground. But you got me. You understood who I was. You talked to me for hours on hours, and I didn't know what you were talking about half the time, I will admit. But I just liked talking to you. The feelings grew, and I got scared because as I kept trying to get stronger, I kept feeling like I was going to lose you. And for a time, I did. But then, out of the most happenstance of moments, we came back together. And I remembered all of those moments. I remembered the good and the bad, but I remembered just how much I loved you and how upset I was. I thought that glory in battle, that fighting these creatures was the greatest adventure. But the greatest adventure I was already on, it was being with you. I look forward to all this mayhem being over. And you pick the spot, we'll settle. I don't care. Cold, hot, rainy. As long as I get to spend those days with you. And Trust leans forward and offers you their bowl.
Yeah. Weary does the same, kind of hooks around the arm and puts it up to his lips. And then they both drink.
And you have this moment where everyone is gone. It's just you two up there. The exhaustion of everything, it's furthest from your mind. It's just the two of you. And you're only brought back to reality from your friends cheering on as they're happy and standing, jumping up. And you look at everyone there. Kritok, TK, Alora, Glyph, Kyle. And they're all...
I do not look at Kyle fondly. I need this to be written in the record. I don't look at him fondly.
You look kind of
Very
like what are you
quickly pants past.
It pans over everybody like lovingly and with care, and then it just like zooms past Kyle and keeps going.
And then you see Glyph and TK grabbing Kyle and like pushing them down on the ground, and it goes back and it's just the four friends standing there.
We just starts like crying, but it's very much happy cheers and some laughter as they start curb stomping Kyle, but like mostly just this is nice. This is like the first genuine joy in a long time that wasn't, oh, we just killed a monster, I'm gonna finally take a hot bath.
Mm-hmm. And there's a very large table that's been set up at this beautifully made gazebo where all of you can sit down and you're having breakfast together. And it's just nice. It's a nice moment. There's, Kyle is carted away. It's just all of you. You're getting to just enjoy this time. There's no monsters. There's no annoying noble sitting down with you. There is no big spooky baddie from the other world trying to reach out and grab you. It is just the six of you around this table, joking around, and just having breakfast together. And that's where we leave all of you.
Not at the ball. I fucking called it.
As the scene shifts,
Oh no,
And
the
this is
murders.
beautiful,
The murders.
beautiful
crimes.
moment. A gasping can be heard as a beak clacks and snaps, biting at the air. Chains are placed over a covered creature that tries to shift and move. The creature must be quite large, as the figure has a bit of a time covering it. A lock is placed on the chains, and the figure walks out, closing the door. Through a small sliver of light, we see a hand emerge from the cloth that covers the creature. A hand composed of 7 humanoid fingers and 2 plumerian talons. Stitches can be seen where this being was placed together as it drags its hand along the ground and lets out a pain-filled growl. Did you all have fun today?
Yeah.
Yay!
Fine.
That was a nice time.
That was really sweet.
I didn't get to the ball. All right, but I just didn't. I accept
To be
it.
fair, there's a lot going on there.
I didn't want to rush anything. I was like, oh, these are all good conversations.
This is very much an arc that like spun way out of like we got so much going on.
I was originally planning on this arc being like, oh, well, they'll chill for like 2 days and like, they'll have a ball and then off they go. But it was just, there's a lot. So it was fun.
And it has in time only been like 4 days.
Yeah.
It's only been like 3 or 4 days. Oh,
Good
that was
God.
lovely though.
Yeah, one of you has your powers back.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. Well,
So-
2 because
Time-
TK can do the brain thing.
Brain thing.
Well, we don't know
I
that
mean,
she can. It's not canon.
she doesn't know that that's what's happening
Oh.
because every time she's been very stressed out, just thinks everybody's being mean to her.
It's just increased social anxiety. Like, oh my god, they're all talking about me.
Oh.
No. Glyph has 2 arms. Yay!
So I'm
Mary
curious.
got married. I think we all actually had a good ending to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think so.
I mean, TK has
I'm
a
just
hangover.
impressed.
You're not dead. I mean,
I'm not
that's,
dead.
yeah.
Dead. Bradley's back in your neck.
Back where
he
Bradley
Oh, we don't
belongs.
know.
Well,
we don't know.
not on the neck yet. It's just,
It's a cycle.
yeah.
Somewhere.
Little
Now,
zombie.
now he has a brain tumor instead of a
Yeah.
neck tumor.
At least y'all don't have to hear him.
It's a very different arc is gonna come up, I guess.
Oh no.
It's the hospital arc. I don't want to go to that one.
We're playing just doctor work.
Oh
Just
no.
doctor work.
D&D.
Doctor.
Good luck.
Doctors.
But TK does need to get her void cancer treated.
Well,
That's true.
that's definitely
We gotta
We
go to
have
the checkup.
medical documents for that.
She is perma-dying.
So I am
We-
curious to the people who are listening. Was there anyone who figured out the answer to the 3 questions? What were the color of the killer's gloves? What was the killer's intentions? And the number of digits on the final hand.
Got like
I
2.5.
Yeah, I have like 2.5 as well, and that's where I'm stuck. Because you didn't explicitly be like, I want to rule the world.
Well, you can just give like a
Also
vague
valid.
intention of like they were, whatever.
I
they were doing.
mean, if we had to boil it down to like horror archetypes, the killer's doing some pretty
Some
Arts and
doctorate-
crafts.
yeah, some
Mad science
doctorate
going
level, yeah, some doctorate level work, if you will.
So, while we are going through the ending, if anyone wants to post in the chat here, and if somebody figures it out, you can message us on Twitter. That's at Ballad7Dice, and send it there. But by all means, try to figure out what's going on. See if you can get all this sorted. But let us go around the table. Anything that we want to promote, anything that we're doing, any shows you want to plug, anything like that. So, this has been a lovely time. We have been playing a game where we have been messing around with the rules as much as we can, because if you've heard us play Dungeons and Dragons, then you know we take the rules with a grain of salt. But it's called Petticoats and Proposals by Sarah Williams. They are a member of the Control Groups podcast, so definitely check that out. They are going to be coming out with that, I believe, soon on itch.io, the full fleshed out version. But we have just wrapped up our podcast. What? Oh my god. So if you want to check out Ballad of the Seven Dice, I had posted the finale. We're going to be having a end of campaign Q&A. 4.5 years of making that show. Went a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but that's Dungeons and Dragons, baby. So go check it out. They were very proud of how that went. I was looking at like the number of episodes per season. The first season was like 40 some episodes, and all the seasons after that are like 20, 15. I think one's like 13 or something. So,
it's almost like you learned.
I learned as I was going, yes. You can definitely see the marks as it becomes more of a show, less of just playing the game. But yeah, check that out. I'm really proud of what we did. Jason is one of the main players in that, so it's a lot of fun. And we will be coming out with a second campaign for the podcast called Escaping Carcosa. So we'll be having the information on when that is being released. It is being released this month. So I'm going to start just marketing the hell out of it, but keep an eye out. We will also be playing it on the Twitch and YouTubes. So it's only going to be like, when it's on Twitch and YouTube, like airing live, it should only be around like an hour or so long. Maybe sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little shorter. So yeah, come check those out. I'm doing a lot of art. I've done like 12 or 13 pieces of character art in the last week and a half, so I've been busy. Yeah, a lot of fun. What do I want to recommend? Go check out our Patreon. We got all sorts of stuff there. All sorts of cool things. I've been posting some sneak peeks on the aforementioned podcast I was just talking about, and I will be posting an audio drama about how the Bright Blade is made. I just finished listening to the final cut of that, so I'm hoping to post it either tomorrow or the next day. So check that out. Check out our Patreon. It's like $1 to join it, and you get access to everything. I will pass the bucket over to Ian.
Hi everybody. My D&D character got married today. That's never happened to me before, and I loved it. I had such a good time. I'm crying a little. My recommendation is the chat, the behind the scenes Zoom chat of our sessions, where all the worst puns go to die, and I am distracted whenever I try to speak. No, my actual recommendation, I'm in a show. I'm in 2 shows, actually. But I'm in one show that has started and another that has ended. If you remember Tempest Multi, which is the Monster of the Week actual play podcast I was in, season 1 is over now. That is the extent of my character in that world and setting. But that does not mean it is over. No, there is a season 2 on the horizon, and I will let you know when that comes around, featuring a very different cast, dealing with very similar problems. I'm also in a Halloween one-shot in that same setting as well. We played, is it 10 Candles? 10 Candles. We'll play the spooky game with the candles. It's the tragic horror. I recommend looking it up. It's an interesting game. In addition, I'm also in a show that just premiered. It is an actual play of Call of Cthulhu called Beyond the Crumbling Veil. You can find it at Styx Helix Productions or through Pseudonym Social. It's set in the 1930s. I'm playing a Jungian psychoanalyst with a big dog, so I do get the scary dog privilege in that game. I'm also playing the Skeptic, so that's a lot of fun. I highly recommend playing the Skeptic in a Call of Cthulhu game because you get to feel like Scully in the X-Files all the time. And it's great. Like, I don't know what I saw with the goo monster that just ate that family. Like, I don't know what it could have been. So it's really fun. But yeah, I'm in 2 shows that are, one that is finishing, one that is just starting back up, and I will be in other things in the future. Ooh.
It's all just swamp gas. Just confusing people.
It's the shadow self.
Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants. If anyone paid attention to how quickly I did the makeup today, let me know because I'm actually curious. I was like, oh shit, we have a wedding. Let me not look like hot garbage. Today was a day for Alora. We'll see how this goes. If anyone can figure out the answer to number 1, good luck because I have no idea. Besides illegal war crimes. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where I screech and support as much as possible. I think I now have the official nickname from several people as just like the Chaos Gremlin because I just am a problem. In the best way. I am aggressively supportive, so if you've got a cause or anything going on, I will always retweet and support and scream it out into the void. I finally have 500 followers to all 500 of my followers on Twitter. It has been an interesting couple of years trying to get there, specifically in the TTRPG sphere. But I digress. I also have a game coming up in November, where I get to be a cute little hedgehog, barbarian. Did I say hedgehog? Raccoon, barbarian. I was stuck between the 2 choices yesterday. We had our session 2. It is a Humblewood game. I have never gotten to play it, let alone be a small little woodland creature that can totally go apeshit. So I'm very excited. Their name is Grenadine, and it's spaced out, so it's Grenadine. Because I'm nothing if not punny. What I want to be. Beyond that, go follow me on Twitter. I'm also an educator in the hellscape that is Texas. Today was the first day back in school for the Uvalde kiddos with the school shooting that happened back in May. The school, I actually found out, is no longer open. So a lot of the kids have switched to virtual or what have you. I just ask that you go find some of the charities that are with that to help that community rebuild, as well as find teachers' funds everywhere. There's an amazing website called Donors Choose, where you can literally just put some cash into some teacher's piggy bank, and the more money you give to a teacher, the closer they are to getting to things for their classroom materials. I don't have one currently. I'm in the process of it. And yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I will boost as many as possible. There are a couple that I have retweeted lately. But yeah, follow me on the internet and join me in screeching at people. It's fun.
And Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on all the social medias. And oh no, we didn't make it to the ball. That means I have another week to finish all our artwork of us in our ball outfits because I didn't get that done in time. So that's good news for me. Yeah, I'm just kind of in the show. Please check out our Patreon. We have so many other extra goodies set in the world. It's so fun. Please check that out. Lucas works so hard on all this and it's great. Yeah, only thing I could plug is Worst Bestsellers. It's like my favorite podcast. It's 2 librarians and they critique popular but objectively bad books, and it's delightful. And they just did their 200th episode, and they played a session of Dungeons and Dragons, and they played as Wolverine and the Rock on a fantasy adventure, and it was a delight. And I hope everyone will enjoy that. And yeah, come back next week for the ball.
And Eve.
Hello, you can find me over at Lawless Vic on the Twitter. That is Lawless as in crimes and Vic as in victory, VIC. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend dogs because dogs are good, and I just got a dog, and her name is Scotty. It's not Scotty. It's Scotty. She's good. I like her a lot. Just staring at me. Aside from dogs, I also recommend you getting a hold of me if you'd be interested in editing like a 15 to like 30-minute podcast in the future. Because I got a really stupid idea, and I know it will never come to fruition if I'm the one that has to edit, but it would be a stupid easy edit.
What kind of stupid easy edit?
Was this that one about the heroes and the stuff or whatever that was you were talking about?
No, this is for Goon Check.
There we go. That one,
The
yeah.
interview show
Goon
where
check.
Vicky Two Toes interviews goons for upcoming jobs. Because we gotta find ourselves some goons, some mooks, if you will.
Like Mookie.
You know, you got your goons,
Go
you
Mookie.
got your mooks, you got your kneecappers, you got your bouncers, you got your hackers even. Hackers are a goon. Anyways, if something like that intrigues you and you just want to edit a stupid interview show that I doubt an interview will go longer than half an hour unless, like, you know, we're just fucking riffing to shit. Yeah. Just get with me. That's all I got.
And Jason.
Hello. That was a fun game. Thanks for coming out, everyone. If anyone feels like there's a real lack of context over the word of the day, Meg referred to, or not Meg, Jess referred to Rip Talon's bad guys as mooks before the game. I had never heard of that word before and it broke my brain. And it's still a little bit broken as to why we're using it so much, but it's all good now. Anyways, thanks for coming out, everyone. And yeah, have a good one.
All right, so we are professionals in the Twitch world, so we will go ahead and do an raid. So get ready as we are raiding Chaotic Wonderful. I'm going to hit the button here now. But remember, if you do recall, if you can answer the 3 questions, remember you could always go back and just listen, try to find clips, good luck. But if you do answer them, send it to us at Ballad 7 dice. That's Ballad, the number 7, then dice. Just message us, anything like that. And we will see if you got it all figured out. All right. Ta-ta for now, everyone. We are off.
So long, yous guys.
Use guys.
See you guys.
P.S. If I do